would appear, I can no longer rely on Shikishima. Miss Morimura's death has left the Shikishima execs in disarray. Now they won't let me spearhead the Sentinel project, as if I'm just a child. I doubt my opinion will weigh much in their discussions going forward. Miss Morimura, why did you have to die? Ayame Park, please.
That was pretty quick, Goto-kun.
I checked the corpse at the police station. It was yours, Miss Morimura. There's no doubt about it.
Is that so?
You don't seem too shocked about your death.
Well, it didn't exactly stop me. Here I am, safe and sound.
I suppose that's true. Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Morimura has been pushing this operation as one of its fiercest supporters. This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's mainframe. Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies.
So, what did the police say?
The cause of death was a gunshot to the abdominal area. No bullet was found in the body, though it's easy to imagine why. The murder weapon was likely from beyond this time, beyond material bullets. Estimated time of death is approximately 1900 hours. You were witnessed running off somewhere with a short-haired student. According to a pedestrian's eyewitness account, anyway.
They found a witness. This era's police really did their due diligence.
There should have been that drone tracking her movement. So, anything helpful in its footage?
The timing couldn't have been worse. It looks like it was monitoring the government's movement at the time. So she wasn't even under surveillance.
I see.
Any thoughts as to our primary suspect? Who do you think did it?
Well, an acquaintance of Miss Morimura, described as a short-haired male in a student uniform. Most likely A. Sekigahara. The witness statement matches the description of A. Sekigahara.
It did seem like something was wrong with A. Sekigahara's memories. I wouldn't be surprised if he was our murderer.
Though it raises the question of why he'd bother to lure her out. Surely a murderer's optimal scenario is to avoid being spotted at all.
Well, maybe it wasn't premeditated. He could have killed her by accident.
Well, he certainly is the type to brood over things. I can say he's not enough of an idiot to shoot someone on impulse.
Who else could it be? That man with that call sign? Some numerical name.
Logically speaking, he would naturally be another potential suspect. He did attempt to eradicate all the compatibles. He's a dangerous individual, and he's still at large. All that's left of 426 is his consciousness. I don't think I could reliably predict his behavior. He's desperate enough to do anything. 426 certainly isn't above killing. If Ida-san were here, I'm sure he'd declare 426 our primary suspect.
We know he killed at least 4 people. That's why I shot him dead in the end. If he resurrected himself as an android, maybe that would give him a chance at revenge. As a motive, it sounds pretty clear-cut.
He did attempt to eradicate all the he's a dangerous individual. All that's left of 426 is his... I don't think I could reliably predict his behavior. He's desperate enough to do anything. Aside from Miss Morimura and Ida-san, 4 others came here for refuge 16 years ago. By the time I'd started assisting Miss Morimura's efforts, they'd already lost their physical bodies. Fortunately, we were able to use the data stored in Sector 0. This allowed us to meld their replicated consciousness with AI. As for how they lost their bodies in the first place, reportedly 426 is doing. He destroyed them all in one fell swoop. According to Ida-san's account, anyway. But if number 16 is to be believed, that's not what really happened. And Miss Morimura should be aware of that. I spoke with the pilot of Sentinel number 16. Back then, she gave Miss Morimura something nobody else would. The truth.
Wait, what do you mean? Could you go over that again?
Our defensive maneuvers failed. So we decided to stick to the plan. We all headed to the gate to escape. But there was an explosion while we were shifting. From what I can tell, the Type 98 we were shifting in got attacked. But that's the last thing I remember. After that, nothing.
That means... Is that how your data was damaged? It wasn't some plot by 426 after all? Just... an explosion? We never did manage to completely reconstruct your data. I thought it was just that you didn't get converted in time, but... You were all dead before the shift even happened. Ida-kun, you said he killed the 4 of them. I know you did. You said he sabotaged them, killed them.
Given the chance, he certainly would have.
You lied to me?
He already tried to kill us all in the past. You know he'd have tried again if we left him alive. Killing him was the right call.
No. That means...
I'd like to revisit something you just mentioned. About 426 killing at least 4 individuals. Do you really not remember?
Remember what?
You've read my files, I presume? I gathered quite a lot of material in the past. Most of it is rather outdated, including Ida-san's statement concerning those victims. In other words, your answer is objectively incorrect.
Really? Well, can you blame me? Look at this body I'm stuck with. I'm bound to have some memories confused.
Miss Morimura, I have one more question.
What is it?
Regarding 426, would you say you had any particular feelings toward him?
Feelings? Well, he was certainly a good friend. I felt like he really understood me. Well, used to, anyway. Where's this coming from?
That doesn't make sense. According to number 18, or should I say, Tamao-san, I had a hunch about Miss Morimura's feelings, and my discussion with Tamao-san only confirmed my suspicions.
Goto-kun, I'm sorry for this. I know it's sudden. I need to talk to you.
Did something happen?
It's about Morimura-san. She's been transplanting 426's memories onto Juro-kun. I only just found out.
426? As in the escaped android?
No, not that one. She's using the memory data of the man himself. It was saved during the shift.
In other words, she's trying to use Juro to create another 426?
I did my best to talk her down. She's letting me handle Juro-kun's treatment now. Still, I don't think she's given up on this.
Why is she trying to bring back 426?
Well, I've been giving her some advice about it. And I understand where she's coming from, but... Morimura-san is in love with him.
With 426?
Maybe she always has been. That's why she wants him back as a human.
But she has to know the risks. He's a dangerous man.
True, but that's not exactly what she's remembering. Besides, she's the one who killed him. That guilt is still eating at her. Watch over Morimura-san. And try to keep her away from Juro-kun if you can.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you. I can barely take the idea of 1426, let alone 2.
So I was right. Miss Morimura did have feelings for someone. When Juro Izumi lost his memories, you aimed to use him to revive 426. Make one a vessel for the other. One reason seems most likely. You harbored romantic feelings for him.
Me? With him? You're joking. That Chihiro Morimura was mind-hacked, remember? You said so yourself.
If you recall, I suggested that Miss Morimura was mind-hacked. That idea was based on a certain piece of evidence I found. One particular log.
What log?
If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know. 2 years before you were born, Ida-san extracted some information from 426. That in turn led to the discovery of the data log in question. As for the log itself, it contains footage from the year 2188. It was found buried in the mainframe data during the analysis of 426. You seem very disturbed by me seeing that file. So much so, in fact, that you ended up deleting all of your logs. Would you mind telling me why you did that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, at the very least, its contents suggested a connection to 426. Or even that he had been manipulating Miss Morimura. The log contained a very interesting report. Apparently, Juro Izumi downloaded memories onto Chihiro Morimura's clone.
This is Tetsuya Ida. Still, might as well. Not like I have anywhere else to share this. I was in the middle of a routine bug regression test, and I noticed part of the final phase had been altered. The change was made in Chihiro Morimura's host. The setting change looks like it'll trigger a memory overwrite. I don't know anything about the memory's contents, but it says the modifying user was Juro Izumi. Because someone thought it'd be a great idea to give that guy senior admin ID. And at this point, well, what the hell can we do about it? At least now I have proof. You're all hypocrites anyway. Yes, including you, jackass. So who even cares anymore? None of this matters. We're all dead anyway.
The log inconveniently revealed one of your secrets. One you were desperate to keep me away from. So you deleted it. That's my theory, anyway. Remember where this all began? It was the compatibility experiment. The one that produced you. Based off Miss Morimura's footage and your own admissions, I've completely misjudged the situation. All this time, I believed you were her. But even from the very beginning, you've been your own person.
So, what are you saying? I'm not Chihiro Morimura? If I'm not a duplicate of Chihiro Morimura, then who exactly do you think I am?
You are Chihiro Morimura.
Well, there you have it.
No, not Miss Morimura, the teacher. Professor Chihiro Morimura. The one from the year 2188. And the central figure of Shikishima's interstellar development project. Aegis activation confirmed. The terminal is completely sealed off.
We did it.
They've changed targets. The next terminal is just over there.
They're already on the move.
Can't even let us catch our breath, huh?
I haven't hit my operating limit yet, but I'm going to dismount.
Whoa, hey, then who's taking point?
Pull it together! We don't need orders to kick some ass.
I won't be long. It's up to you.
Fine then. Let's roll, Yuki-chan.
Chihiro-san. Chihiro-san.
Look at that sunset. Just like it was back then. It's beautiful. I'm guessing you were monitoring me with a drone?
I have one locked on to you, yes. Their target's changed. They're coming back this way. It's dangerous here. We need to get you to safety.
Aw, don't tell me you're worried about me. How about you mind your own business? You already know how I feel. This is what I wanted.
Still.
More importantly, can you really afford to waste your time here? Or have you already given up? The invasion is still in its preliminary phase.
I've got time. First, I need to get you somewhere safe.
There are no safe places left. At least, none left for us. We're not safe anywhere. But you know that well enough. You're just losing precious time. Go focus on the job you're supposed to be doing.
Understood. I'll go. You'll find it safer towards the river. If, hypothetically, you wanted to know.
Wait. As long as we're both here, there's something I want to clear up. So, tell me. You were in love with Miss Morimura, weren't you? You said she was mind-hacked. But it was more about you being jealous, wasn't it?
That's hardly...
This may be our last chance to talk. Answer me.
You are correct. Is that what you wanted to hear? That I was driven by some cheap, naive impulse? That I can't think about anything else?
And that's why you brought back my memory too, isn't it? You never cared how you managed to do it. You just wanted her back.
So much.
I'm glad. You really were a slave to your desires. That's the Renya Goto I remember. It means I don't have to like you after all. Thank you. I think that's all I wanted to hear.
Professor,
You should go. After all, we still have our bet. Although it looks like I'm about to win it. What's wrong? Did you get separated from your mommy? Could you leave me alone? It's dangerous out here. Just come with me, okay? Will you just... What are you... Don't worry. If you can't find your mommy, I can help you look. We just have to run away right now, okay? Oh, there you are, Miwako. Asami-chan! I'm so glad you're okay. Jeez, you're so reckless. You shouldn't have come this way.
Kisaragi, that girl is...
I know already. I'll get back to the battle once Miwako's safe. Is someone else here? Of course not. Never mind. The evacuation route's that way. Can I bring her too? Hey! That's fine, just hurry up. Strange. I know this is my first time here, but this suddenly makes me feel so... nostalgic.
Sunsets will do that, I find. Regardless of time period.
Yes, but... This must be... Well, I suppose it must be one of those places. So? Where am I going?
I've rented an apartment under a false name.
Can't be any worse than our last accommodations. As long as it's not Rebel, I'll take it.
My apologies. If it's any comfort, I'm certain nobody will find you there. Not Shikishima, and certainly not Miss Morimura. I suppose we have Ida-san to thank for all this. The funds and paperwork he prepared were invaluable.
Tetsuya Ida. And he's still missing, is he?
Yes. Let's go. Chihiro-san.
You think I'm the professor?
That is what I said. You are Professor Chihiro Morimura, a major figure in Shikishima in the year 2188. Namely, the leader of its space initiative.
What are you even talking about?
Just some hypotheticals. A possible interpretation of the evidence I found.
Okay, say I am the professor. Remember, Miss Morimura is the one who created me. You think that was her plan? She wanted a host for the professor and not herself? How would that make sense?
Miss Morimura ran an experiment to grant her clone compatibility. She believed that you were synchronized to her. She believed it was her own data she transmitted. But it was the other Chihiro Morimura in Sector 0. And of course, you entered the world as a newborn, incapable of verbal communication. So Miss Morimura never realized her mistake.
This is all speculation.
Certainly, yes. Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Morimura has been pushing this. This refers to the human those compatible have. But if I'm right, and you are the professor, I imagine you were in quite a panic yourself. All things considered, it was a staggering deviation from the original plan.
What original plan?
Among the logs from 2188, one of Tetsuya Ida's noted that he'd found an anomaly. Chihiro Morimura was set to undergo a memory transplant in the final phase. And the final phase, well, that would be us. The log from the future I saw first. That would be the comms log I found with my own ID. The first log I checked held some surprises. The author seemed to be an elderly Renya Goto. And the date of recording appeared to be 2188. I assumed it was some future version of myself. One that had time traveled into the far future. But now, I don't think that's the case. I believe it's the other way around. In other words, I myself am a clone of him. Every individual I saw in that log footage, they all created clones of themselves.
Clones? Huh?
I did find a log that proves this point.
What did you see?
A comms log between you and Professor Takamiya. Her field is genetic engineering, I note.
Professor Takamiya, how are the projections on those self-replicating probes. The simulations look good. Especially the survey range. We never expected a rate of expansion that high. It was definitely the right call to prioritize its strength as a group over individual units. These probes are pretty much living machines now. They self-replicate using natural resources mined from asteroids in their routing. They'll just keep building up and breaking down. An infinite cycle of self-replication on its way to its target. There's basically zero chance of the tech failing midway through. They'll just keep on going. Probably long after humanity's gone. Glad I came to an expert then. All that's left is the refinement of the memory cube. The infrastructural storage cell, right? The cube's made up of 5 identical memory layers. In theory, it'll compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs. And if it can't be repaired, well... fine, 1 probe down. We've got thousands more. And our passengers? I'll be loading them up with the DNA of all the survivors. I've already got samples and data from all 15. Now it's just down to launching them. These clones will go with all our hopes on their shoulders. By the way, what do we do about him? I mean, after that DNA test. We do nothing. He doesn't have to know. What could I even say to him? Not much, I guess.
There were 15 survivors of that colony, each with a clone established to be compatible. Though they grew up in different eras, different worlds. And you aimed to replace your clone's memories with your own. That was your real plan. Right now, I imagine your biggest question is precisely how much of that log I've seen. Am I close? You do have a genius mind, but also the form of a child. I imagine it's harder than usual to hide your agitation.
It's absolutely not... Now you're just trying to trick me?
I'd say, based on that log, Professors Takamiya and Morimura seem to know each other quite well. Maybe you'd know something about that.
Of course not.
Then perhaps instead, Tsukasa Okino? Being compatible, that makes one part of his identity clear. He's one of the 15 from the year 2188. So, any theories? Who was he in the year 2188? Care to guess?
Stop it.
No? Then allow me to clarify. That boy, Tsukasa Okino, is Professor Chihiro Morimura's son. But not her child by personal, conventional birth. The professor donated her egg cells as a young woman, in accordance with the policies on population control. Their blood relation wasn't exactly obvious, until DNA testing on the clone revealed it. The professor was faced with the truth. He was her son, which naturally sparked an inconvenient surge of maternal instinct. However, Okino himself didn't think highly of the professor. He had his disagreements with the project staff, too. When it seemed like her end was near, the professor recorded him one final message. One last chance for him to know the truth.
Stop! You saw that? But how? You'd need a biometric ID match to access that log. So you should only have been able to access your own. My logs and Okino's should have been locked off.
Thank you, Professor Morimura. Indeed, the files I could access were somewhat limited. Mostly company logs. Meeting reports, call transcripts, bureaucratic chaff. Barely anything in the way of your personal records.
Then, how do you know what was in my logs?
It's simple, really. That should do it for preparations. Now, let's see if the biometric authentication works. Did it go through? Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Morimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs. Maybe, if I check Miss Morimura's logs, I might find a clue why your biometric ID matches hers. It really is her ID.
Yuri Fuyusaka?
Though unconscious, she proved very helpful. She is Chihiro Morimura, a compatible version. If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know who Iori Fuyusaka is. Because that would mean you hid her here in Sector 4. The plan was for the two newborns to grow up with their own separate lives. Ida-san's idea, presumably. Chihiro Morimura was planned to be placed in 2104, and Tetsuya Ida in 2024, yet neither could be found.
I knew Renya Goto of Shikishima pretty well. You and he are very different. Except that you both make my life a lot harder. So, suppose I am the professor. Then what?
I want to know the truth. I want to know the reasons behind all of this. But that seems unlikely. I imagine you're not inclined to tell me anything.
And why's that?
It'd be inconvenient for you if we had all the facts. Considering you're trying to eliminate us. From the very beginning, you never intended for this world to survive.
Let's go. Cool.
Those government spooks are keeping an eye on me. At this rate, they could just take me away and nobody would ever know. Miyuki Inaba was right about everything. There was a boundary. So here we are, in 30 kilometers of city. And beyond that, nothing. Wish I could pretend it was all a dream. My own private little adventure with Yuki-chan. Back in my dream, he called himself Tetsuya Ida. We look identical, but that's not my name, so... Well, it's not just our names. He and I are totally different people. In my dream, her soul was in an android body. That's gotta be the craziest feeling. What would it even be like, not having a body of your own? The way Miyuki Inaba tells it, those dreams weren't from the future like I thought they were. They already happened. It's all in the past. So she was watching me this whole time? On behalf of that shady outfit? Is that why she approached me at all? Yuki-chan. No, wait. I'm the one who approached her. And she has to keep an eye on me? Well, hey, maybe this isn't so bad after all. So she's been monitoring me this whole... That's crazy. Also, not gonna lie, weirdly hot.
Shukun, please help me.
Hey!
He knows I'm here now. He's going to try to have me eliminated.
What? Wait, what do you mean, eliminated? There's so much I still don't get here. I need a real explanation.
I know. But I had to hack my way in to reach you. My connection won't last long.
When you say he, you mean Tetsuya Ida?
Yes,
Why is he after you?
because I'm helping you. I was right. He's trying to reset Project Ark.
He wants to reset it. What would that do?
The world would be destroyed by kaiju. Everything will be gone. They want to start over. They want to restart this world from the beginning. They've done it before. And a reset means you would be erased too.
You're talking about kaiju now?
You've already seen them.
You mean those things in my dreams?
The Sentinels were built to fight those kaiju. To defend the world you call home.
So it's just space beyond the enclosure walls. That means we're in some huge spaceship, right? Why does all of this exist? Why cover up the truth?
There's a supercomputer hidden below your town. We call it Universal Control. It has led you to believe you live in Japan, in a certain historical era.
Why?
Possibly to make your lives easier? Possibly to make you easier to manage. Even I couldn't tell you the real reason.
So why are you trying to help us?
You still don't know who I am. You and I have met many times in your dreams.
Wait. You're not Tetsuya Ida, are you?
You might be overthinking this. Shukun, please. We don't have much time. Please, give it some more thought.
Oh, that song from my dream. You don't mean... You're...
You finally realized. This is how I got past universal control. I sang on an inconspicuous broadcast with all my heart. Just like I used to.
Kisaragi.
Yes, it's me. But a different Tomi Kisaragi from the one in your world. I'm not human anymore. Just data on a computer. But that's exactly how I can still help you. Oh no. He's at Sector 3's terminal. Help me, Shukun. If we don't stop him, he'll erase me.
What should I do?
Inside the outer walls. I hid your Sentinel in...
Hey! No, come on! Don't leave me hanging like this! She's gone. What happens if I go there? Can I really make a difference? I can already tell this is gonna be a huge mess. Nope. Nope. A girl has asked for my help. I can't just run away from this. I'll go. And I'll figure out the rest when I get there. She's been reaching out to me, using my TV set to break through the walls that separate us. She's the Tomi Kisaragi I saw in my dreams. The Tomi Kisaragi who has no body left. Just a mind inside a machine.
Any sudden moves and I shoot.
Shinonome-senpai? The door was locked. How did you get in?
I broke the lock.
With that gun?
There was an agent too. I put him to sleep.
Oh, right. You were at the park with him. Are you with the shady spy bureau too?
Yes.
So, what do you want with me?
I need your Sentinel.
My Sentinel?
Call it here.
That's a thing I can do? I have no idea how. Senpai, I'm sorry. But I've got something I need to do.
You want me to shoot you?
I have to go stop Ida. Huh?
Sounds like we're on the same side. Past the tunnel?
Yeah. That's where the Sentinel's hidden. Apparently.
That's some Sentinel. It must weigh hundreds of tons. How does it fly in the air? But what I really don't understand is how you controlled it without any problems. Piloting a Sentinel damages you, like what happened to me. So most people can't operate them.
What? You mean piloting a Sentinel did all that stuff to you? You know, it's not too late to turn back.
It is too late.
Easy, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna give up now. The girl's in trouble. You know where you're going, don't you, Senpai?
There are 2 terminals that have been analyzed so far. Sector 1 and Sector 3. But we can only get into one of them. That'd be the terminal in Sector 3.
Not really sure I'm following here.
Mr. Ida was supposed to take me with him. But he took Takamiya-san instead.
Yuki-chan? What's he planning with Yuki-chan?
He needed biometric ID from one of us. It's the only way he can access the terminal. But now he's put the gate into lockdown. That means a Sentinel's the only way to shift in.
It's just up ahead.
Wait.
You okay?
What is this place?
The outer walls of the spaceship, I guess.
It's a spaceship? What are you talking about?
Oh, whoa, okay, so you never found out that part. It's a long story.
This doesn't make sense. How could there be a facility like this in a tunnel?
I don't know how, but there is. Let's look for the Sentinel.
It's really here. The one I saw at the park.
Miyuki and Abba hid it here. So, now what?
Well, activate it.
Yeah, but how?
How did you do it before?
I don't know, it just kinda happened.
What about your activation switch? You should have one somewhere on your body,
A switch?
where nanomachines were shot into you. That's where code was injected into your system. So that should be where your switch is.
Oh yeah, I got shot. I think she got me... right around here?
Swipe across it. See if that starts things up.
Here goes nothing. So I just swipe it... like this? Okay, I see you. So yeah, I'm in. But for something so big, well... this cockpit looks like a single-seater.
If it shares design elements from number 14, there should be a maintenance hatch somewhere. From there, I could set the shift destination.
Okay, let me look. I found it! I think.
Where is it?
In the back. How's it looking down there?
I've set the shift destination. Now you just need to confirm it.
Okay, here we go. This thing better not let us down. What happened here? It's like a world after an apocalypse. That's Sakura High. It looks a lot like where we live. No, it's in ruins. But that is our city.
We were in Sector 4. What you're looking at is Sector 3.
Okay. So there really is more than one enclosure.
It's down there. The bottom of that hole is the terminal.
Looks like we'll fit right through. I guess we're going down. Yuki!
Freeze! Any closer and I shoot her.
So, found a way through on Shu Amiguchi's Sentinel? I suppose this is because I chose Takamiya-kun over you. Those emotional impulses of yours really do try my patience.
That's not why, Mr. Ida.
You're Tetsuya Ida, huh? I know about you. I've seen a lot of your past.
Well, that's inconvenient. She's still transplanting memories, then. Well, I know you too. Perhaps better than anyone else could. After all, I've known you all your life. Ever since I dropped you off as a newborn.
Drop me off?
I placed you into the Amiguchi family as a child.
Then, you're saying...
You are genetically identical to me. You are Tetsuya Ida.
Yuki-chan's got nothing to do with this. Let her go!
I'm afraid she's a vital part of the process. I need her biometrics to access the computer. You should know this is partly your fault. Up until now, I had simply been borrowing your ID. But then you had to go and access your Sentinel, which means authorization has been restored to you.
Yuki-chan, don't worry. We're gonna get you out of this.
Amiguchi.
You have feelings for Yuki Takamiya, I take it?
Yeah, I love her.
You know, under any other circumstances, it'd be fascinating. Genetically identical, but our experiences made us very different people indeed. A shame. There is nothing you can do to change this.
Miyuki... Inaba.
Ida-kun.
So here you are at last. Your singing gave you away. I recognized it instantly. I'm still your biggest fan, believe it or not.
Ida-kun, please. Think this over.
I have to start things over for the two of us.
This is a mistake.
I'm afraid you're the one who's mistaken. It's too late. This place will be gone soon enough anyway. Or do you have some other option to share?
Even if I did, you wouldn't listen to me. Not the way you are now.
Stop! I won't let you erase her!
Erase her? Please. I love Tomi Kisaragi. There's no need for anything as drastic as that. But I do need to silence her as a precautionary measure.
You can cut off communications, but I'm not going to give up.
I don't need to cut off communications. It doesn't matter where you are. After all, you're a Sentinel AI now.
She's in a Sentinel?
And I happen to have command authorization over the Sentinels. All of them up to number 19.
That's impossible. Wait, Ida-kun. I'm in orbit right now. I'm watching this all from the command ship's computer. And I can see everything. I know what'll happen to that whole area. The reset will change everything. It'll all be broken down and rebuilt, but...
Indeed. A new beginning for you and me.
No, you don't understand.
Attention! Emergency protocol. Force shut down Sentinel number 16.
Don't!
Inaba! Bastard!
She'll be asleep until all of this is over. That's the last variable taken care of. I think our work here is done. We're returning to Sector 4. And you're coming with us, Shu Amiguchi. As will you, Shinonome-kun. Come on. You know you need me.
Hey, really?
That's my girl. We're leaving. Collect the equipment.
I know what you've really been trying to do. Back then, all those nights in the lab, you weren't trying to bring her back. You wanted to remake Kisaragi the way you wanted her to be. Ida, you think we're the same person? You're nothing like me. I'd never use a girl as some tool.
Little shit! Stop right there!
Don't move.
Damn it.
Hamiguchi-kun, hurry.
Right. You hurt Yuki-chan?
Amiguchi. Shinonome!
You can be such an inconvenience. Speaking of,
Amiguchi!
Takamiya-kun, I suggest you come quietly, or Amiguchi will suffer the consequences.
You son of a bitch.
Yuki-chan, don't risk it.
If we could hurry this up...
On it, sir.
What?
They vanished. Did they shift? Yuki. So this goes there. Okay, nice. So that's all set. Then let's do... this. No dice.
You need to take this seriously.
Hey, you want to do this yourself? Be my guest.
Keep it cool. He's doing fine.
Yuki-chan, I promised I'd save her. I'm going after her, no matter what it takes.
Can't your robot do something to solve this? It's capable of transporting us across time, correct?
Hell if I know, man. My senpai was the one who set up the time travel. Sure, I can fly the thing, but I'd have no idea how to get us home.
It doesn't seem as if the director's coming back. Which means it may be up to us to find our way back home. Probably best to work together for now.
So you guys really have no idea how to work all this stuff?
Our intel suggested it's just not possible for us. The only ones with clearance and ability are the special miners. But we'll certainly make an effort.
How much does your organization know? Do they have any real info on how this place works?
Well, it's a UFO made by scientists of the future. Since before our time. It's been buried here, deep underground.
Okay, so you're basically clueless. Sound about right? Come on, out of the way. This is nothing like my microcomputer at home. Damn it. This doesn't look good. I can't help Miyuki and Abba. I can't even go after Yuki-chan. What am I supposed to do here? Where'd the console go?
Did it work?
No. It just started moving by itself. Minami?
Amiguchi-kun?
The data unit!
Men in Black!